Imagine your mind as a room. Not just any room. Your room. The one where all your thoughts, dreams, fears, ideas, and emotions live together like long-term roommates who never signed a lease. For years, that room looked fine. A little busy, sure. Some papers here, a random box there, half-finished goals sitting on a shelf. But nothing you couldn't step over. Then life started speeding up. Suddenly, that room wasn't just a bit messy. It was overflowing. Every notification tossed another object onto the floor. Every comparison on social media added more clutter. Every expectation, your own or someone else's, stacked another box in the corner. Eventually, there was barely enough space to think, let alone breathe. And one day, you walk in and realize, your mind is so full, you can't feel anything clearly anymore. This is not a story about minimalism. This is about mental clarity and how one moment changed everything. The day the room spoke back. It was a Thursday afternoon, one of those days where time moves like molasses and your brain feels both wired and exhausted at the same time. You were sitting at your desk trying to finish something simple and failing spectacularly. Not because it was hard, but because your thoughts were bouncing around like 1,000 browsers open at once. You stared at the screen, then at the wall, then at your phone, then back at the wall. Nothing. Your brain was shouting and whispering and buzzing and blank, all at once. That's when a strange thought popped into your head. What if my brain isn't broken, just cluttered? You closed your eyes and let that idea sit. And in that moment, you imagined stepping into that inner room again, the one piled with unfinished thoughts, forgotten intentions, and mental noise. Except this time, it felt different. This time, it felt like the room was waiting for you. Step 1. Name the noise. You take a deep breath and say out loud, quietly, almost awkwardly, okay. One thought at a time. The moment you say it, something happens. The piles of mental clutter don't disappear, but they become labels instead of chaos. Worry about the future. Fear of failing. Too many tasks. Pressure to be perfect. Everyone else seems ahead. Notifications. Expectations. Random thoughts about nothing. Naming the noise doesn't solve it. But suddenly, for the first time in months, you're not lost inside it. You're looking at it. And that small shift feels like cracking open a window. Step 2. The quiet pile. You look around the mental room and find a tiny corner you forgot about. It's quiet, peaceful, almost untouched. This corner isn't filled with stress or goals or noise. It holds two things. What truly matters. What you truly want. They're small, almost shy, and they've been buried under everything the world demanded from you. You sit with them. Just a minute. Just enough to feel them again. One of them says, I miss being creative. Another whispers, you don't have to do everything at once. And a third adds, you're allowed to rest. You exhale. A long, real one. The kind your body gives you when it's relieved you're finally listening. Step 3. The 3-box rule. The mind room in front of you is still full. But now you decide to do something bold. You create 3 mental boxes. Box 1. Keep. These are the things that matter. Your real goals, your real priorities, your real values. Box 2. Later. Not deleted. Just moved away from the front of your mind. Box 3. Let go. These are the thoughts that drain you, pressure you, or distract you without giving anything back. For the first time, you begin sorting. You pick up perfectionism, heavy, loud, bossy, and drop it right in box 3. You pick up that half-formed idea that's been bothering you for a week and place it gently in box 2. You lift your big dream, the one you'd forgotten, and set it proudly in box 1. You keep going. A minute, 5 minutes, 10. Eventually, the room isn't empty, but it's clear. You can see the floor. You can see the walls. You can even see a little sunlight. Your brain feels lighter. Not silent. Not perfect. Just open enough for clarity to walk in again. Step 4. The one thought rule. You leave the mental room and come back to your real desk. And within that quiet moment of clarity, you decide on a new rule. Only one thought at a time. Just one. If you're working, you're working. If you're resting, you're resting. If you're worrying, you pause and write it down, then return to the present moment. Your brain isn't built to juggle everything. It's built to focus on one thing with depth and presence. And you realize something else. You were never bad at focusing. Your mind just didn't have space to. Step 5. The micro reset. The next morning, you start something new. Not a complicated ritual. Not a productivity hack. Just a 60-second reset. You close your eyes. Breathe in. Breathe out. Ask yourself, what am I holding on to that I don't need right now? Every time you do it, the mental room becomes easier to manage because you're uncluttering it a little every day instead of waiting for collapse. It becomes a habit, a quiet superpower, a way of saying, I deserve a clear mind. Days go by, then weeks. One evening, you sit on your bed scrolling through your phone when suddenly you feel it. A quiet mind. Not empty, just uncluttered. You didn't delete your thoughts. You didn't silence your emotions. You didn't force yourself to ignore life's chaos. You simply cleaned enough space for clarity to live there again. And in that small moment of mental openness, something beautiful happens. An idea shows up. A good one. A meaningful one. The kind of idea that only appears when the mind has room to breathe. You smile. Because now you understand the truth. Your brain doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be clear enough to hear itself. And uncluttering isn't a one-time event. It's a gentle, daily promise you make to yourself. I will create space for what matters and let go of what doesn't. That's how clarity comes back. That's how your brain becomes lighter. That's how you rise, quietly, steadily, daily.